So the From Season 4 finale aired at midnight last night, and going into Season 5, this series will never be the same. Pick up this episode right where we left off in the last one. The From demons then approach Jade and Tabitha. They about 4 or 5 seconds away from tearing down that tarp and approaching them, but right now they just want to see what they do with the bone. Eventually they manage to bag them up, they give Boyd and them the signal up top, and they successfully manage to tear down this bottle tree. And once they tear down this bottle tree, the impact of this is instant. After they throw that ladder down for Tabitha and Jade to get back up, which by the way, Jade was even planning on going back. He always knew them bones was never going to be enough to keep the monsters at bay, so he was going to sacrifice himself for Tabitha and the rest of the town. Real nigga. But as Tabitha's climbing that ladder, shout out to Sophia doing what she did in the last episode, weakening the support of the ladder. That shit falls, and now Tabitha and Jade are screwed. They are running through the tunnel, doing everything they can to evade them from demons. Meanwhile, up top, Boyd is stressing. He sees the ladder done broke. He's talking about some Tabitha, Jade. He ain't got time to wait. Nah, the sky instantly goes black after this. We have never seen some shit like this go down in Frontville. The sky went black in the middle of the day. While this happening, Boyd is still trying to wait for Tabitha and Jade to get back, but the others are like, bro, we have to leave. It's nighttime. The monsters is shrieking. Boyd's like, all right, let's get out of here. Patty's trying to stay with the monsters, and if I'm Boyd, I'm leaving Patty out there. Honestly, why did we even bring Patty out here to begin with? Her face was burned by one of them doll demons not too long ago. Why is she out here? She is literally scarred. Her shit is so bad, she grabs the gun out of Boyd's holster and tries to take herself out. Before then, calling Boyd out, talking about some, you said all this was go get us home. I'm tired of being here. You just a flat out liar. Boyd's leadership getting called into question. The town turning on themselves. This is all going towards the Many Yellow's plan so far. Moving on to Mariel and Fatma, they're at the clinic currently. They're setting shit up for an impromptu night when all of a sudden Fatma gets a vision of Smiley looking directly at the clinic. She knows he's outside, but Mariel's like, don't worry, we got the talisman up, he can't get it. And then she checks and she sees the talisman was dropped. Because one thing I didn't mention is that when it got dark, an earthquake hit. Not only trapped Jade and Tabitha further in the tunnels, but more than likely dropped the talisman that was in the clinic. See Mariel successfully secured before Smiley got to the clinic, but she could not hang it up in time, and that brother's in the clinic with them. They try to hang it up in the next room, it don't work. He gets in there too. Mariel tries to approach the demon with a knife, but it don't work. He slashes her lower abdomen, and I knew she was finished after that. But before Mariel could even process the slap, you got Smiley out here streaking, and then Fatma gets to streaking with him. Mariel's looking to the left like, yo, what the fuck? I'll reverse back to his normal form after this, talk about some interesting, then leave. Mariel, recognizing that Fatma is not the same Fatma she met when she first got here, knowing that she should not be alive right now, tells her to stay away from her. Not too long after this, Christy and Ellis are approaching the clinic. They see the smile demon going the other way. They run up in there instantly to make sure that they people are okay, but we already know what happened to Mariel. Absolutely hated this for Christy, to have to see her girl that was brought into this town taken out on one of the few nights that they were not together. Seeing Mariel ask for that goodbye kiss before getting taken out from Frontville, that shit was sad to watch. Mariel's not the only person to get taken out in this episode though. We still have the situation between Elgin, the Manny Yellow, and Clara Snake Eye. Yellow is looking to form another bargain, this time with Elgin of all characters. He's saying, I could offer you the same thing that I offered Clara, freedom from this town. Yet, look at where Clara is. Does Clara look free to anybody watching this series right now? Let me know in the comments. Elgin know he's in a lose-lose, starts to back away from the Manny Yellow. And Manny Yellow shows this is never a negotiation. They are forcing Elgin into this agreement whether he likes it or not. As for his hands, Elgin starts praying to God. The Manny Yellow's like, you people in your prayer. Before presumably feeding on Elgin's soul, bringing light back to the once desolate, dark-ass Frontville. You are not telling me this is not an endgame villain? Nigga can manipulate when it's day and nighttime in Frontville just by taking somebody's life for it? I'm guessing is maybe pulling out that tree that seemingly has the souls of the children in it. Literally put things out of whack in Frontville, directly impacting the time of day. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. After this, the Manny Yellow tells Clara to take care of the body. She's like, yo, what do you want me to do? Manny Yellow says, I don't care. Clara says, yo, what's next after this? And the Manny Yellow says, it's time for me to light the match to really cause some havoc in this town. We see later on, the Manny Yellow is taking down all the talisman throughout the town. So this next night, going into season 5, is going to be vicious. The fact that we gotta wait a whole year and some change before we see that Frontville massacre that took place throughout Christopher Miranda's timeline. I'm sick, not gonna lie, but the way things is going in this episode, I need a little breather because, man, the Manny Yellow was spinning circles around these towns. And the thing is, he dropped the talisman in a random faraway tree. I don't know if they're gonna spread around the town on some Dragon Ball Z shit, you know, with the Dragon Ball, or if they're generally just going like, where did they go? It's no way that they're just gone now. Wood eventually goes to see Christy after what happened to Mariel. Alice reunites with Fatma, you know, very sad scenes. I really hated seeing Christy in that state. The actress did a great job breaking down the way she did, but there's a lot of other things to talk about in this episode, so I gotta get to that. I gotta talk about this man, Henry. As soon as the daytime came back, you know, Donna comes into his room. He's talking about it just turned night when it was day, and now it's day again. Donna's just like, yeah, that's something new here. He sees bullets in Victor's room. He's like, Donna, why does Victor have bullets? He takes it back to season 1, talk about Victor was walking around with a little pea shooter in his lunchbox back in the day. But don't worry, Boyd took it away, so he can't cause no damage to nobody in the town. Likely in the sheriff's station, though, if you were looking for it. By the way, you know, Victor's over there too. You should go see her. We know Henry trying to eliminate the anchor, keeping him to Frontville, was like, oh, say less. Goes over there, secures the pea shooter. Yet again, somebody's just able to easily take something from the sheriff's station. Boyd, use some locks in there. Actually, Victor approaches him later on in the episode on some, "Dad, you've been acting different ever since I told you about what happened to Mom. I should have never showed you that picture you once so happy. I just missed the way you was acting when you first got here." Henry's like, no, none of this is your fault, man. None of this is your fault. The reality is, none of this shit is real anyway. Pulling the gun on his own son, looking ever ready to pull the trigger. So Ethan walks in the room. He's getting ready to shoot Ethan. I'm thinking we about to get another Raising Kanan moment. Luckily, Victor stops his father before the trigger is pulled. And yo, I don't see how the relationship could recover from this if we being honest. I was saying while watching this episode, Henry, if you go pull that gun on Victor, you better pull the trigger because he's going to look at you so different after this now. There's a point where I thought Henry was going to turn the gun on himself and Victor was going to have to watch his father take himself out. That would have been vicious. I'm glad we didn't get that, but man, I don't know what the relationship between Victor and Henry is going to look like going into this next season. Speaking of Ethan, he got the news that his mom did not come back with the other group. He's losing it. He's buying into all the theories of him being in this town by himself at some point. He's trying to reassure him like, no, you're not going to be alone. We have to protect each other and watch each other's backs going forward. He's not hearing none of that. He's super depressed that his mom is seemingly now gone, which I don't know. I mean, I get him being upset, obviously, but with Tabitha's track record in front of him, wholly escaping the town and coming back, I mean, she has a high likelihood of still being alive down there. She was deep down in them tunnels. We see Jade and Tabitha still manage to survive and send a signal up to Boyd and them. With the push from Acosta, Boyd decides that he needs to go down in them tunnels. Before doing this, though, he lets his family and Ellis and Fatma know that he's gonna go down there by himself in an attempt to save Jade and Tabitha, but you know that neither of them are going for this. Actually, Fatma didn't kept her on the bench for too long. She's participating in this mission whether they like it or not. They go down these tunnels. They manage to find Jade and Tabitha. We're trapped behind these sticks. They're trying to use the bones to dig their way through. It wasn't working. Shock nobody. But Tabitha gets a vision of her and Jade's child from back in the day. A child that we still don't know the name of. And that child we also still see in an Nkui form. Like, what were they looking like before their unfortunate demise? So we gotta wait till season 5 to see. Anyway, Boyd, Fatma, and Ellis managed to pull up on them. Through the use of a few bullets, Boyd managed to free Jade and Tabitha, allowing them to make their escape from that cavern. But before they do, them from demons wasn't gonna make it easy. That's when Fatma, of all characters, talking about some, "I'll stay behind, I'll give y'all some time to get up out of here." It's like, what are you talking about? And she says, "Remember who I was." And when she hit that "remember who I was," I went back to when she was shrieking with Smiley too casually earlier on in the episode. And I knew Fatma was never gonna be the same after this. Cody transforms and gets to shrieking with the other from demons. And that's all they're doing, literally just shrieking. I thought Fatma was gonna throw some hands with the two of them. Looks like they just welcome her into the set. Ellis begrudgingly leaves. That's when we go to see the man in yellow drop all those talismans into the faraway tree. But before he manages to do this, we see the boy in white again. See that the man in yellow and the boy in white know each other. The man in yellow is telling the boy in white, "Yo, you've grown so much." The boy in white confirms to the man in yellow that they got those bones. That you will not win this time. The man in yellow responds that, yeah, but they took down the bottle tree. Which is very unfortunate. Like, how the hell are you going to plant another bottle tree? There's another way to escape the town, though. We know that Henry said that there was a bottle tree that inspired Miranda to build the one in their backyard in the real world. If they bring the bones to that tree, it could solve everything now. I don't think that there's another bottle tree. Otherwise, the man in yellow wouldn't have brought this up. Maybe there is. I don't know. Y'all leave your thoughts in the comments on this episode. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing I didn't like about it was how easy it was for the man in yellow to take down all the talismans seemingly in Frontville. I like where it's headed in season 5. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what time Boyd's about to be on after this first night, after what happened in this episode. For all y'all who joined me in this From Season 4 journey, should be some more videos coming out ahead of From Season 5, and no doubt about that. Because I'm definitely gonna rewatch Season 4 before this next season, and probably the whole series once again. Until then, just leave your thoughts on the season finale in the comments and your expectations going into Season 5.